Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. We are on the weekly review, episode 229. And I had said earlier when I was doing my final daily color before this that I would do the flip through the book for the first half during the review, but I think I'm just going to do it as a separate video for those people who don't want to go through and see the review. So we're going to break it apart. First thing we're going to look at is in Small Victories. I completed 2 pages using 6 sets of pencils on the mushroom scene page, which I picked a limited color palette with a blend that went from yellow to peach into the hot pink, and I thought that was a very fun color combination. So the first row, I did each row a separate set of pencils. Holbein with the Brute Funer Macaron. I am going to be combining these two in my mind for all intents and purposes because I was so surprised at how close the Brute Funer Macarons actually line up in color with the 50 Holbeins. So I still owe you guys a video on swatching the last 15 Holbeins to make my main color set a total of 50. So I will get on that this week. Evazar is the second set I used. The Evazar London have not been available on Amazon US for some time, so I did a little research, and you can buy them Amazon UK. Of course, the shipping is pretty steep for anybody outside of the UK. For the US, I think it made the total around $100 for this set of pencils, but they are fantastic. I believe that looking at them, they are not quite the color payout of the Holbeins, but they feel very similar to the Holbeins. A little softer, I would say closer to the Prismacolors than the Holbeins. Both of these have a silky and buttery feel, kind of a combo feel, and their colors are fantastic. Castle Art Soft Touch was the third row. I started to have, using these, I had to work harder to get the color payout, but you can see that it did come out with a vibrancy. It just took another couple of layers. These are, even though they are wax, I still feel to me that they are more of a layering pencil. Now, keep in mind I'm a light hand colorist as a rule, so that is what I am used to the most, which is using a light hand and putting multiple layers down. And then on the very bottom are my my prangs that I'm always rooting for. I use them all the time. This is my class pencil, so I am very familiar with them, and I always feel when I do a page that we pit them against something like a Holbein, and then like an Evazar, two very vibrant pencils, that in the end of the day, the prang, for the amount that I paid for them, they're $6 on Amazon. I did make sure that the pricing hasn't changed, but I bought a whole bunch of sets at Dollar Tree for $1.25. So I am just so impressed every time I use these, and there's only 50 of them. But I always seem, no matter what the color palette is for the page, prangs tend to be last on the page often, so they have to, I've already decided the color palette without even considering that they're only a 50 set. So, love these pencils. And then I got to do a full scene here with the Castle Arts Harmonious. This is what they look like. I felt they were very pleasant to work with. And the color, the limited palette, I just had to embrace the fact that the palette had the colors that it had. Looking here, the very last thing I did right before this video is the leaves and the underside of our floating castle island. And I had mentioned that I would be using a blending pencil, which I didn't. So while I'm talking about this page, I'm going to use the full blender Bright, which is the Caran d'Ache. So I found that these have, if you look at these, some of the edges right next to the black, there is a resist. So that there are some pencil sets that do that. So see, I have to work extra hard to fill in that white, that little bit of white eyes. I don't want any of that white. And this is totally smoothing out the porpoise. The color porpoise is what I used for these. I did the bottom of the island as like segments. So here I see a little bit of white as well. And I'm hoping, yeah, that the Caran d'Ache will just blend it all out right to the very edge next to the black. And it does. So I really found these to be a pleasant pencil. There's the Castle Arts Gold and the Castle Arts Soft Touch. Initially, I thought these felt very soft touch, but I think that they're kind of a mix between the two. And I was able to get in some fluffy green grass. I was able to get some lines in here looking like wood. So I did some different textures, and I felt that these pencils really performed well. I would probably say that you're going to use them in conjunction with your other sets. This just was an opportunity for me to get to use the whole range. I used a total of 30 pencils out of a set of 72. The colors I used the most amount of were the greens. I think I used every single green on this page from here down. And so I don't think, if you don't have a regular set already, you're not going to want these. You will want these as a supplemental set to give you more color tones and color options. And the reason why I even used these on this particular page, because I'm not on my schedule, I was not slated to use these until the very end, because I had just got them and I had already printed out the list, so I had just added them to the end. So given that this page came up and I had a person in my coloring group practicing with them, I promised her I would put together a full page with them so she could see how they look, because the only other page I have with them is very close here. I did this little set of flowers just showing what the colors were. So here's all these greens down in the bottom. So that finishes off what my coloring was for the week. I'm going fairly quickly. The other project I worked on is for the Romantic Country. We are going to be starting this very soon. My target was to be able to start this on Monday, but I have a little project I need to finish first. So this is our page that we're going to color, and I've been in the Small Victories exclusively now for like a month, and this page looks so huge to me. So that will be fun to tackle. We had 3 sets of pencils. I'm going to look at the poll that I had up, because last I looked, we were tied. So I was hoping, I put a call out to get some more votes. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Brute Funer is ahead at 47%. So what I am doing, because I have a person who asked me for, is there a conversion chart for Starjoy Gold to Prismacolor, because a few days back, Prismacolor was in the lead. So I thought I would look for Starjoy Gold to Prismacolor conversion sheets, and there weren't any that I could find. So I have started to do a conversion, and now that it is switched to the Brute Funer, I am not going to change gears, because there are so many conversion charts available with Prismacolor that I know that my Colorful Country Life, which is Karen, and she has already got 12 different sets, and on that set of 12 you can see Prismacolor as it compares to the Brute Funer. So my jumping off point is to do a conversion chart with the Starjoy Golds, and here's what I've done for the Prismacolor conversions. Now I will say what I have done, we've got Vanity Pink, Destiny Pink. So there is a little bit lighter and a little bit darker, but the only thing I can come up with is in between is a pink 929. So some of the colors won't be exact. And if there are two colors fairly close, and this is on the left in color family order, I believe it was Color with Claire's chart for the conversion. Here it is. For not the conversion, for the sort order is Color with Claire. I just wanted to be sure to give her the kudos for that. I much appreciate her chart, although you will see I did have to put the numbers on. So that is the order that my color conversion chart is going to be. I am only going to do the Prismacolor as the jumping off point, and then the other conversion charts out there show the Prismacolors with a bunch of other pencils. So hopefully this will tie in the Starjoy Golds for everyone who has them. And then my last bit of news about the Starjoy Gold is they are changing the packaging, or no, they have changed the packaging. There's the tin, which is what I got, that was missing one color. I have a gap right here in the oranges. I do not have 56J Carrot Orange. So instead, I got two Vintage Vermilion 70 MPs. So because they're changing the packaging, and they're now available on Amazon right now in a case that has the individual slots. It looks very much, it's like squarish, so it's very similar to the Evazar case and all of the Castle Arts Soft Touch and Castle Arts Gold. So I have ordered that. It was $23.66, which is just like a phenomenal deal. It is very, very close in price to what my mom spent on her Color with the case. I have 3 people now that have bought the Color with the case, and I think their pricing was right around the $25 mark. So Starjoy actually, and if this is an intro price, it is for encouraging people to get the case, to check it out. So I will, for today's review, I will go put that case version on my Amazon shop list for episode 229. And it is an affiliate link, so you don't have to click it if you want to get it on your own. But I want to put that out there, and I am so happy because I've been playing with these, and I've always been mad that I was missing a color. But it's my bad because I waited over 30 days before I figured out that it was missing a color. Because I did get a duplicate, it's not like I had an empty slot. And then the last thing for the week is to go over my stats, and my stats are okay. They aren't the best. They kind of have stabilized. So this week I got 1.6K views, which is slightly less than the last 7 days. I have about the same time of watch time hours, and the numbers are 1.6K, and hopefully I will have remembered, since I have nothing here on the screen here. Let's put this on. I hate when I do my videos and then I go and I'm processing them and there's nothing for you to look at while I'm talking. So there should be popped up on the screen my little snippet of analytics. And so 1.6K views, 231.6 watch time hours, and the subscribers are down. I only got 22 this week, but I'm okay with that. I know that's going to fluctuate. 29% less than the previous 7 days. However, on an exciting note, my total viewers as of right now is 809. So I just feel so weird saying that when just, a month ago I was in the 600s. So thank you everybody for your support. It is much appreciated. I am really enjoying this coloring thing as just a totally different type of channel to work on than my other channel that's been around for years and years. I am going to stop now. Well, no, that's not true. Before we go away and do the flip through, I want to look ahead. I have my chart that tells me what sets I have left to do. I believe I'm halfway through. Yeah, so I'm halfway through my list. These are my little scratch notes. I can't. Oh, in the middle of doing the Star Joy conversion chart, I finished my swatch. So that it was my last large set to get swatches done. And when I say swatches, it's the swatches that I like to use day to day that I didn't have. So if it came with a swatch or you already saw the color with Claire swatch, when I say I have swatches, it means the ones that I pack around with me everywhere I go and use all the time. So we are going to be moving to, oh my gosh, a busy page. This will be exciting. So this is, it looks like we have repeat, which means I will color half with you guys. And to save time and not bore you to tears, this other half will be homework for the week. And the set is going to be the Color 180 black tin color barrels. So this set, I don't have a swatch sheet dedicated to it because it has an identical set of colors in the black barrel that I already own. And this set may be a challenge for me doing this many colors because it's the box that I bought used from eBay, and it came and all of the pencils were everywhere in the box because the tin was not sealed closed. So then we're going to move on, and I've got 3 beautiful filigree floral scenes. I will do 1 row per, and we get a good eclectic mix. We have Derwent Drawing 24. I will do some metallics, combined the Castle Arts and the Cretacolor, and then Faber-Castell Polychromos on the bottom. So that will be fun. And I'm going to tell you, with as busy as all these are, that's pretty much going to take up my whole week. But if, oh, and I'm going to start, I will have at least 1 or 2 days in the Erie book. What's going to happen on the heart page is Amazon Basics 72. So I think that's enough ahead so you guys get an idea of what is coming up in the next week or so. So do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, and consider subscribing. And I will see you very soon for the flip through of the 42 completed pages out of the 82 pages in this book. And I might have completed actually 43 pages. So we will look at that in just a moment. See you then.